And let's bring in trial attorney and former felony prosecutor Eric Faddis for more on what we can expect from today's sentencing hearing. Eric, thanks for being here. Per the plea deal, Bryan Kohberger will be sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences and then an additional 10 years on the burglary count. Does the judge have any leeway to change that, or is that set in stone?
Diane, there is really no discretion that the judge has at this point. He has accepted the plea offer that was agreed to by both sides. And so he really doesn't have any opportunity to increase the sentence or decrease the sentence or anything like that. And so today will be about the victims. It'll be about the victims' families, and it might be about Kohberger. It might be about what he has to say for himself, because he will have that opportunity to make a statement.
Kohberger, as you say, will have the opportunity to address the court, but he's not required to. Do you think he will?
He's not required to. That's exactly right. As Kana was saying, he does have the right to allocution. Every criminal defendant has that when they're sentenced to make a statement on their own behalf. Some of these mass killers, sometimes they do it for the infamy. Sometimes they like the attention. Sometimes they want to have this sort of mass exposure and to be heard. It wouldn't shock me if he does make some kind of statement. However, he still does have a right to appeal, even though he waived such a right during the plea negotiations. So he may choose not to make a statement so as not to jeopardize any possible appellate measure on the back end.
Is there any potential benefit for him in speaking?
From a legal standpoint, no. There's really nothing that he can do to improve his legal posture in the case. I mean, look, he's getting 4 life sentences, life in prison without the possibility of parole. He's going to be in there forever. So there's no legal incentive for him to do so. Is there some kind of personal incentive for him to do so? That remains to be seen.
And as Kana mentioned, some of the victims' families, possibly their roommates, are expected to give impact statements today. Can that carry any legal impact in this case?
So those folks have the right. They have the right to go in front of the judge. It's kind of like having their day in court without the trial, because there's not going to be a trial due to the fact that Kohberger accepted a plea offer. So this is their really one and only opportunity to be heard, to talk about how this horrible tragedy has impacted their life, the loss of their loved ones, these 4 innocent college students. How has that changed them forever? I expect that they will make themselves heard on those points, and it'll be in dramatic fashion.
All right, Eric Faddis, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.